Hi friends, good morning. Coming to you from my sister's kitchen, and it's so beautiful today and it's so bright outside. I'm feeling really grounded, which is wild because the energy is crazy. And the thing that I wanted to talk about, I woke up this morning, and in the morning I usually check my phone, and I know that I should not do this, but I do it. And I think it's probably part of the reason I can't get my morning routine down, but I do it. And the thing that I really enjoy doing is there's a creator on Instagram, and she posts like, pick your flower, get your reading, or like which like colored horse is speaking to you, and you like pick it, and she gives you like a little affirmation or a mantra or like a reading. And I really enjoy it. And this morning, I forget what I even picked, but the thing that I picked was all about abundance. And so I laid in bed and I got centered and I said the affirmations, and something happened. And I thought it was a really good opportunity to share with you what happened, because I think that this is like a good like live example of like what doing the work sometimes looks like. And I know sometimes people are like, yeah, everyone says like do the work, but like how do you do the work? Like what is the work? And so for me, in my process this morning, I read the affirmation. I'm blissful, I'm reading it, I'm saying it out loud, I'm talking about abundance and blessings, and I'm feeling great. And then it says, I am safe to love. And I say that, and then it sticks out, it like pops out, and I can feel something in my body. And so I say it again, I am safe to love. And I can feel it there. There's resistance. And so I say it one more time, I am safe to love. And then I ask my body, what's going on? Where am I feeling this? It's all the way in my base. Almost feels like it's like down near my spine, almost like it's deep. I'm safe to love. Like what is coming up? And the first layer is I'm feeling empathy and compassion and a little bit of grief for all the people who have loved me and who have been disappointed in that experience. And I can hold space for that. I can hold space for that they were disappointed. They were disappointed in the experience. Am I safe to love? I ask my body. Am I safe to love? Like, no, you are not. Okay, what is under that? What is under that? What's deeper? What's underneath? And then I hear all of the things that my mother has ever said to me about me being selfish and irresponsible and reckless, and about being an embarrassment to her. And I think, okay, body, am I safe to love? Because that narrative, it doesn't fit anymore. So I breathe into it. And even when we have intellectually let go of these things that my mother has said to me, right? I've been letting go of them for years and years and years, and intellectually I feel like I've worked through it, I've processed it. And then it's not until I say those words, I am safe to love, that I feel those words still in my body. And so where does that mother wound sit? It sits in my belly, like it sits in my womb. It sits in my womb space. These are injuries to my feminine. And so I breathe into those spaces. I sit with it. I feel what's coming up. What is coming up? And then I think back on the relationships that that I could have been kinder in. And I forgive myself. I do. I forgive myself because I was doing the only things I knew to do then. And now that I'm in a place where I can look back in loving reflection, I am so grateful. And I forgive myself. And then I send love to those people. Even like the boyfriend from when I was 20. Like even him, I send him love. And then I send myself love. I forgive her. I forgive that version of myself for acting that way. She just so desperately wanted to be loved. I forgive her. I send her love. And then I think about my mother. I forgive her. I send her love. I think back on the version of me that received many of those attacks. My God, I love her so much. And I forgive her. I send her love. And there's one more thing I ask. Is there anything else in this moment of awareness? There is one more thing. And my mind tells me, this is my higher mind. This is my higher mind speaking to me, and it says, anyone who enters into a relationship with you is going to be transformed. Yeah, there's not a place to remain. It's all moving. And this has been my experience in many of my transformative relationships, and it's I used to think that it was because I have my own burning curiosity and desire to learn and grow, and I have a lot of self-awareness, and those two things together have like really helped me understand myself. And part of it is this baggage from childhood, the conditional love, the constant criticism, narcissist behaviors. And so those two things can be true at the same time. In the past, I've been hypercritical, hypervigilant, narcissistic. And coupled with that, the other side of that same coin is that I am constantly pursuing my highest truth, and I have been since I was a child. And so those two things can be true at the same time. And I know that with all of my awareness and my loving kindness, I'm still going to have narcissistic opportunities. I'm still going to have behaviors that feel like that, look like that, come from that type of place. And I know that whatever the next relationship looks like for me, that person is going to transform me the way that I transform them, because that is what conscious connection is. That is what I'm calling in sacred union. That is what it is. It is fucking transformation. It is transformative. And so there's that whisper, it is not safe to love you, Jacqueline, if someone wants to stay where they are. If someone wants to continue, wants to remain, wants to stay in place, then it is not safe to love you. And that part excites me. That part excites me because that means that I am no longer welcoming in people who are not willing to search for, seek out, walk towards their highest good. Because I am searching for, I am seeking out, I am walking towards my highest good in every being, every place of my body, every being, every part of my being. That is what I'm doing. I'm constantly asking to be held to my highest path. And so that means anybody who walks with me, will also be held to their highest path if they are in alignment with me. And so that little whisper, like, it's only safe if they're willing, you know? Like, you are safe to love if they are willing to chase their highest good, the greatest good, not just for them, for everyone, the greatest good for all. This idea that I've had since I was a child that I would change the world, that's still coming, friends. I can feel it in my body. I know it's happening. I know it's true. And so whoever partners with me is going to they're just going to have to be ready to change the world. And so, is that safe? It's a great question. I've asked myself that next. That's what I asked next. Is it safe? Is it safe? And this is what the work looks like. This is what it looks like. First, you have to have the awareness. You have to be present with yourself so that when you say the words, I am safe to love, you feel that body resonance, like, you feel it. And second, you have to be able to dedicate, and I know I'm so fortunate to be able to have the time now in my journey to really look at this and go inward and take that self journey. And I've sacrificed a lot of things to be able to have this space. You have to be able to go in next. Sit with it, feel it, sit with it in your body. You cannot be distracted. You cannot be escaping. You have to be able to sit with it. And then you have to have the courage and you have to have the compassion to see the answers, to see what it feels like. You have to have that channel with your higher mind we have to be able to speak to these things. How can it feel safe for someone to love me if it doesn't feel safe for me to transcend? This is it. And this is the work. And we unravel it, we unpeel it, we unpack it moment by moment. We unpack it, unpack it, unpack it. I've just noticed that my time is too long to post on Instagram, so I guess we're going to be posting on YouTube. I love you guys. Thanks for listening.